Okay, well, first of all, welcome everyone to the special Zoom call with Andrew, Jen Patch, and also myself and Jimmy Smith. As you're all aware, you guys earned the right to be here. And I just want to say congratulations on stepping up and really digging in and helping push Andrew and Angie over that 225 cycle bar to actually go platinum. And again, just a massive congratulations to you and Angie for going platinum, Andrew. It's a phenomenal accomplishment. It puts you in the top, 0.25% of the entire company, of all the distributors. And you're such an inspiration to your entire team and the entire company. I think you're the first platinum in almost 3 years. So again, huge congratulations to you two.
Thank you.
Thank you, Warren.
Yeah, and as part of that, you guys have earned the right to, I guess, get a one-on-one sort of coaching session from Jimmy Smith. And what we thought would be, Jimmy, probably the best place to start, because many of us haven't heard your story, is actually how did you get involved in network marketing in the first place? Maybe share with the listeners what you did in the past, because I know your nickname's Jimmy the Butcher, so I know Seth's a little concerned that you might be part of the New York Mafia or something. Don't mess with the butcher. So you want to share a little bit about that?
I do. But first, I want to congratulate Andrew and Angie on that accomplishment. That's a big deal. It really is. And you're setting the pace for everybody in Australia and in the company. I also want to thank you, Warren, for once again allowing me to come into your life and be a part of your team building and your organization by allowing me to practice for at least a half hour, an hour tonight. You see, I read a book, Outliers by Malcolm Colwell. And in that book, he said you must practice anything you want to be good at. You must practice 10,000 hours, at least 10,000 hours. So I practiced probably network marketing, probably 100,000 hours, but each hour counts. Every time I do something like this, I'm practicing. I'm honing my skills. And and I thank God that above everything that he led me to this industry at age 62, and he led me to this company, Isogenics, at 74. And what I'd like to do for all of you is to put in perspective two things: corporate America, corporate Canada, corporate Australia, a job, and then you could have a job and make a living, and there's nothing wrong with that. I did it for 40 years. Or you can have a career like Isogenics, network marketing, and build a fortune. So I like to paint that picture for all of you. And I'm struggling. I'm stuck at 20 star. I can't get the 21 star platinum. It's driving me crazy, but I'll get there because I'm not going to quit. Because I know if I could get the 20, I could get the 21, right? So if you get the 1 star platinum, you get the 2, you can get the 4, and you have to believe that with all your heart. If I can do something, and if I did something over the last 15 years, and I made $55, $60 million, and thank God because of the products, I remember exactly what I did. That's a good thing, right? I remember exactly what I did. If I share that with you, does that give you incentive? And maybe you would say, if Jimmy can do that, I can do that. So what I like to do is tell people exactly what I did. Is that good? Yeah. Exactly what I did.
Great.
No BS. No, everything, truth and honesty. I love truth and honesty. So I started in the butcher shop with my dad at 16. He said, let me teach you how to cut meat. You'll have a job. You always have a job. I worked through the last depression. I said, okay, Dad. I went down to the butcher shop at 16 and thinking I'd stay there for a few years and maybe move on, but I stayed there 40 years. And he was right. I had a job for 40 years. I never missed a paycheck. He didn't tell me how little I was going to make. He didn't tell me how hard I was going to work. And he didn't tell me I may get arthritis in the knees, shoulders, and spine someday. But I did that job for 40 years, and I worked really, really hard. I raised 6 children. I sent them to private school. I helped them get off and married and had paid for their wedding. So at age 56, I injured my back, and I was forced to retire. And the company said, Jimmy, go find a new career. You served us well. They gave me full pension at 56. Well, 56 is too young to retire. They told me to find something sedentary. With no education, there wasn't much out there. So I started looking. At age 62, I stumbled on to network marketing. I went to my first opportunity meeting, and the guy gave me a video called the Don Faye Napkin Presentation. That changed my life, because on that video, Don Faye, who still does it, he still goes around and does it all over the world, in a Hawaiian shirt, on a whiteboard, he did the geometric progressive numbers, which I had never seen. And he said, if you get 2 people and help them get 2, that's 4 in your second level, they get 2, it's 8 on your third level. But if you could get 3 people, that would be better. 3 in your first, 9 in your second, 27 in your third. Oh, he said, but if you could get 5 people, that's even better. You get 5, they get 5, it's 25, they get 5, it's 125. That's 255 people, and you're going to be getting a percentage of everything product they buy or sell. That fascinated me. That when I found out that I could leverage myself and people and become very wealthy, I got excited. I had never seen anything like that. Now, mind you, I know the numbers before I know anything else. I know nothing about the industry. I don't understand. I have to teach myself about the industry. And how did I do that? I went from company to company to company. And so for first 14 years in the industry, I started at age 62. From age 62 to 67, the first 5 years, I lost money. I didn't make a dime. I went bankrupt. I was sending out packages to people, videos, audios, magazines. And my wife says, you keep sending out product, you give away product, your phone bill is $500 a month, and you're not making any money. I said, but I will make money. I'm going to keep doing this till I make money. So the first 14 years, I made about $2 million from age 62. From 62 to 67, I didn't make anything. I lost money. From 67 to 74, I made about $2 million. I walked away. I was making $5,000 a week in a company called Usana. And I got the call from my sponsor, Carol Taylor, telling me about this new company her and Peter found. Her husband's Peter. He showed me Peter lost 31 pounds in 33 days. He looks 15 years younger. Well, at that time, in 1974, I'm 5'7", I was 195 pounds. I didn't like the way I looked. I was semi-retired. I was watching too much TV. I didn't feel right. I didn't look right. I said, Carol, nobody loses 31 pounds in 33 days. He would die. Would you send me a picture? So she sent me a picture. And it was 3 pictures, blown up and laminated. First picture, ugly, looks like he's pregnant. Second picture, lost some weight. Third picture, he's down 31 pounds. He looks like he had his baby. He was pregnant, had his baby. I mean, it was dynamic. I looked at that. I said, that is amazing. I took it to my doctor. He said, Jimmy, that's a miracle. That's a miracle. He said, you know how many patients I'd like to see do that? So I was in. I was all in. I'm 74. I'm making $5,000 a week. I drop it like a hot potato. I sign up in Isogenics. All my family, my wife, my kids, they think, poor daddy, he lost it. What is he doing? What's wrong with him? He's at 74, you're walking away from $5,000 a week. People couldn't believe it. But because I had done Usana, which is balanced binary, because I understood the geometric progression numbers, because I dreamed of a company would pay 10, 15, 20 levels, and Carol Taylor tells me, no, Jimmy, this company pays all the way down. I said, no, Carol, they can't pay all the way down. She said, yes, they can. I said, all right, I'm going to make as much money as I can before they catch on. I signed up. My daughter Kathy left, my daughter Grace to the right, and I put my head down and went to work. After I used the product, I lost 21 pounds and 4 inches off my waist in 1 month. Now, I'm 74. I'm down 21 pounds and 4 inches off my waist. I'm excited.
Hang on, Jimmy. Jimmy, just pause for 2 seconds. This is what got Jimmy in.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the picture. Thank you, Warren. Can everybody see that? That's the picture that got me. And look, he made room for the bird and the lamp. And, you know, I had that picture up in Toronto, and Peter was in the audience. I said, Peter, when you put on a Speedo and you can't see the Speedo, Peter, go over the Speedo limit, Peter. Get it off. The place went crazy. But no, really, thanks, Warren, for putting that up. So that's what got me. Now, what a good sponsor does, Peter and Carol sent that poster out to every one of my prospects all over the country. That poster was all over. They must have sent 1,000 out. So you have to have a good sponsor. It's very important in this business to have a sponsor that knows what they're doing. So anyway, at 74, I started. I signed up May 25th, 2002. The month of June, I signed up my two daughters. Guess how long it took me to make consultant, guys? How long do you think it took me to make consultant? How long? First conversation, I didn't go. When I got off the phone with Carol Terry, I was consultant. You know why? Because she told me you had to be consultant to make money. I'm in to make money. Why wouldn't I be consultant? Do you know if everybody made consultant the first day, everybody would max out in 12 to 15 days? If everybody became consultant in a week, everybody would max out in 12 to 15 weeks. A month, 12 to 15 months. A year, 12 to 15 years. You want to wait 12, 15 years or 12, 15 days? Can you imagine if everybody became a consultant the first day? Just think about that. Give that some thought. I became consultant the first day. I got excited. My daughter Kathy left, my daughter on the right, and I went to work. And the first 2 years, we got to 50,000 a week. 4 years, 75,000 a week. 5 years, 90,000 a week. As a family. There's no other plane on the face of the earth where you can do that. And when we get off this call tonight, I want every one of you to be so excited and know the sky's the limit. You decide how much you're going to make here. I remember when I first met Warren, I knew Warren was a sharp guy. He was nobody's fool. He knew what he was doing. He learned this industry quicker than anybody. And I just said, Warren, you got what it takes. Just go after it. And he did. He went after it. I remember I would go up to Nanaimo, and he would work my butt off. I'd be up there for a week. When I left there, I was exhausted. He got me in front of more people. I have what I call my black book. I showed that black book to more people in Nanaimo than I did any other place in the world, even my hometown. So kudos to you, Warren. You got it, and you did it, and you set the pace for a lot of people. You really are an inspiration to an awful lot of people, because guess what? This is Warren's first company, probably your first company too. I was in network marketing for 14 years before I got into Isogenics. I knew just what to do. I had done Ghana. I had built 4 legs. I knew how to build 4 legs. And if I could build 4 legs with vitamins and minerals, what do you think I can do with weight loss? Weight loss is hot. That's one of the biggest, fastest growing industries in the world. I mean, there's 1 billion people worldwide, obesity, overweight. That's a huge market. And it's getting bigger. No pun intended. It's bigger. People are getting bigger. So we're all sitting on a gold mine. And, my first 2 people I sponsored, my daughter Kathy and Grace, they're both multimillionaires. I sponsored 80 people my first 18 months. 80 people. Out of those 80 people, 8 became millionaires. From those 8, there's 130, 140 more. There's no less than 140, 150 millionaires in my group of 1,350,545 people as of this morning. And I pick up 800 to 1,000 people every day. And I'm not telling you this to impress you. I'm telling you this because I know this can happen for you, especially if you do it with passion. You have to do this with passion. You have to talk to a lot of people. To this day, 15 years later, 89 years young, every time I go out, I take packages with me. I get packages out. I talk to everybody. I prospect everybody. Everybody, to this day, I prospect everybody. You can't talk to me without hearing about Isogenics. And people say to me, you're 89? I said, yeah, I'm 89. I'm just getting started. They said, I want what you're taking. What are you taking? I want to take it. But, I've made a lot of money, probably $60 million by now as a family. You know what's more important than me? My health. I'm healthy. I have energy. I have mental acuity. You can't buy that. You can't put a price on that. So the worst case scenario, anybody that comes in here and stays in here, is they're going to be healthier, and there's a chance they're going to be wealthier. Your number one wealth is your health. We all look the same on the slab in intensive care. The tubes aren't in, the tubes aren't out. You look the same, you feel the same. Your health is your number one wealth. And Isogenics, what people have to know, if you want to live longer and be healthy while you live longer, you have to do 2 things. You have to reduce your caloric intake and up your intake. That's exactly what we do. We reduce our caloric intake, we get rid of the junk food, we start eating healthy, up our nutrient, get a little exercise, and you live longer and you stay healthy. They're saying by the turn of the century, the average age of the United States will be 120. 120. I think the average age in Australia and Canada is 80. Canada is higher than the United States. The average age in Canada is 80, United States 78. And so little children being born today, if they take care of themselves, they get the right vitamins and minerals, the shake, the nutrition, exercise, they can live to be 120. There's no doubt in my mind. And be healthy while you do. I hope to be doing this with God's help 10, 15 years from now. That's my plan. Don't let me down. But I love what I do. When your vocation becomes a vacation, there's no such thing as working on it. What is hard about talking to people? What is hard about saying to people, would you like to be healthy every day for the rest of your life? Would you like to be wealthy every day for the rest of your life? Can you find two people that want to be healthy and wealthy, wrap your arms around them and bring them with you? That's what I did. I signed up. I signed my two daughters. I wrapped my arms around them. I said, you're coming with me. I won't stop till I'm a millionaire and you're both millionaires. And it took me like 4 years. 4 years. 4 years for myself and my two daughters all to be millionaires. Now I have 6 children, 28 grandchildren, 30 great-grandchildren. That's a 100-year plan. They're all doing isogenics. All my children are in isogenics. All my grandchildren are in isogenics. All my great-grandchildren will be in isogenics. Isn't that cool? So it's a family. I have a family plan. I've built a financial wall around my entire family. All my grandchildren can go to any university of their choice without student loans. Some of my grandchildren drive Audi A3s and Q5s to college, like Kathy's kids, Tom and Kathy's kids. My son, Tommy, my daughter, Kathy, passed away last June. She was married to my son-in-law, Tommy Smith. And he just made 18-star platinum. So I'm 20, he's 18, that's 38. My daughter Grace is 8. That's 46-star platinum as a family. Not bad. Not bad. But you'll see it when you believe it. When you believe it can happen for you, it will happen for you. If you have the slightest doubt, it's like the guy's going to propose to a girl. I'm 85% sure I'm in love with you. She'll say, get lost. Come back when you're 100%. It's the same way with this business. You have to be 100% committed. You have to believe with all your heart and soul. And thank God, Jim and Kathy Cooper, from day one, they never wavered. They never doubted what they were going to do, where this company was going. And I was right there with them. I believed just as strong as they did. And they led the way, and I just followed. And I did what I had to do. They did what they had to do. And now we just reached $5 billion in cumulative sales. We're going to hit $1 billion this year. Now, my dear friends, this is a legacy company. This is a company that's going to be around for your kids, your grandkids, and your great-grandkids. I've done it. I've set the bar high. I've set the bar high, but it's not too high for any of you. Every one of you can reach that bar. The sky's the limit. You decide how much you want to earn here. And, people say to me, what's the most important thing for success in network marketing? Here's the key. How many people are you willing to talk to on a daily basis? And how many people, like Warren can't help you unless you ask him for help. Warren can't help you unless you let him help him. And Warren can't help you unless you help yourselves. And you guys do that. So I tell people, why is it I can become a long-distance coach and mentor with my friend Warren, my son Warren, and see him rise through the ranks. The difference between Warren and a lot of others that I coached, Warren let me help him. He asked me for help, and he helped himself. He made it happen. How many three-ways did we do, Warren? Every time you got someone, I did more three-ways with you than most of the people on my team. Honest, really.
Did a few. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and hey, how you doing, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Well, you're getting big. I can't believe how big you are. Wow. How old is he now?
How old? 13. 13.
Oh, 13. Wow, that's amazing.
You've watched.
Anyway, down in Australia, how do you like Australia?
Good. It's really awesome.
So, I had to wait till I was 80 to get there. I went there when I was 80. So anyway, guys, the point I want to say here is it's here for you. You have to do the work. It's not easy. It's hard. My favorite song, God is great, beer is good, people are crazy. Now, why do I say that? You made how much last year, Jimmy? No, I didn't say last year. I said last week. Oh, Jimmy, you made that in 1 week? Oh, Jimmy, that's astronomical. That's wonderful. Jimmy, I can't do that. Why would you say you can't do something? If I tell you what I did, I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm going to coach you a mentor, and you tell me you can't do it. Something wrong with that picture? Absolutely. I love Gandhi. I love Gandhi. Gandhi said, what one man can do, all men can do. And I believe that. If one person can do something, most people can do it if they put the proper effort. Now, Roger Bannister ran the first 4-minute mile. The next year, I think 17 guys did the 4-minute mile. Now, everybody's not going to run a 4-minute mile, but track stars didn't think they could do that. After he did it, they all start doing it because they realized it could be done. And it's the same thing here. You know, it's the same thing here. You have to put the work in. You have to put time. This is not easy, but I'll tell you this, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. My life today, and I thank God every day, not just my life, all my children, all my grandchildren, all my great-grandchildren are set for life. All that has to happen, this company called Isogenics has to stay healthy, stay in business, and grow and grow and grow and become a multi-billion-dollar company. And I believe it will.
Now, hey, Jimmy, can I just interrupt for 2 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
You're mentioning Isogenics and just sort of it continuing to grow. I mean, we just had our 15-year birthday, right? So the company is now 15 years old. And a lot of times you'll hear that, you know what, I'm getting in too late. As far as timing right now for the individuals on the line like Nancy or Natasha or Karen or Carol or Charles, I mean, there's a bunch of them, Seth. What's your feelings on that? Like, do they still, if Karen really digs in and does what you say and steps up her game, can she too become a platinum still?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I started in Isogenics, they had no track record, they had no millionaires, they had no tools, they had a 9-day system. And if I were prospecting you, Warren, for Isogenics in the beginning, I say, Warren, we got this bottle of cleanse. You drink 4 ounces and 8 ounces of water 4 times a day for 2 days. No food, Warren. Don't eat. Don't you dare eat food, Warren. If you get hungry, we have these snackies, Warren. You suck on them, drink a lot of water because they're chalky. But you'll get over it. Buckle up. And we have a little accelerator cap. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. That's the first 2 days. The next 5 days, you have 2 shakes and 1 meal. But if you get hungry, you got the snackies, Warren. A little chocolate, but buckle up. Drink some water, 8 ounces of water. The last 2 days, you go back to the cleanse again, and you drink 4 ounces of cleanse and 8 ounces of water 4 times a day. Snackies if you get hungry. The accelerator cap in the morning. So, and people would say to me, Jimmy, shut up. Get out of my face. You're trying to kill me, Jimmy? I like to eat, Jimmy. 5 meals in 9 days, Jimmy? Are you crazy? Did you crack it up, Jimmy? I mean, it was hard. It was hard. People used to run from thinking I was wacky. I'm not going to do that, Jimmy. I love to eat. You're telling me I can only have 5 meals in 9 days, Jimmy? I'll die. That's how hard it was. Today, you got the chocolate, you got the bars, you got the e-shots, you got the amp. You can build your business with any one of them products. 4 boxes of chocolate, 4 canisters. I mean, we have it going on now. We have something for everybody. We have for athletes. We have weight loss. We have anti-aging. We got the brain product. We got the sleep product. This is the Rolls Royce of network marketing. One thing I love about this company, they keep tweaking everything and making it better. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just do it better. Success is doing the ordinary job extraordinarily well. That's what this company does. I believe Jim Coover is a genius when it comes to running a company. I keep Kathy Coover as a genius when it comes to tools and help in the field. And I know John Anderson is a genius when it comes to formulating products. You got three geniuses that started this company. That's why we're where we're at. When you take three brilliant minds, and put them together, you create another mind superior to those three. That's what happened here. Now, with all the money that's coming in today, they're not taking it off the top for themselves. They're putting it back in the business. They're hiring the best scientists. They have the best scientists. They have 900 employees. They're doing research. They're making the products better. The comp plan's better. We have bonuses. We didn't have that stuff in the beginning. I believe if we had all this stuff when I started, oh my God, I would have made 10 times as much money as I made. Really, I mean that. And much quicker. In the beginning, it was hard. And I really admire Jim and Kathy and John for sticking with, they stuck with that 9-day for 2.5 years before we got 30-day. And what we have today, what we have going on today, and so it's like you're getting in on the ground floor of a 14-story building. You're getting in on the ground floor. And like now, we're just opening up England, which is all of Europe. Oh my God, it's exciting. It's exciting. I'm 89, and I'm so excited about this company. I'm excited about this business. I stay excited. And you need excitement in your life. You need something to live for. You have to do this with a passion. A man or woman without passion has no principle, action, or motive to act. You have to be passionate about whatever you do. Do it with passion. Warren, you swam with passion. You won medals. You swam with passion. You do this business with passion. You have to do it with passion. Is Warren passionate? You better believe it. He's passionate.
So, Jimmy, in the next 36 months, I mean, we've heard some of the leaders. I mean, I have my belief. I know Herb has his, you have yours. But I mean, in the next 36 months with, I believe, the traction that we're gaining in Australia, I think we had a tremendous growth in Australia. The last couple of years have been more of a stabilization period. But again, I mean, I was staying at the Marriott, Jimmy, and I was talking to people in the Marriott, never heard, on the Gold Coast, never heard of Isogenics. I mean, the reality is nowhere on planet Earth is saturated. And my belief for the company, it's been a little bit of a stabilization period, still growing, but stabilizing over the last couple of years. And my belief is in the next 36 months, you're going to see the company grow by over $1 billion. I mean, with Europe opening, just with everything going on. What's your feelings? What's your outlook of the next, say, 36 months with Isogenics?
Well, network marketing as an industry is growing by the rate of 6%. That's good growth. By 2020, network marketing will reach $1 trillion. By 2025, network marketing will be a multi-trillion-dollar industry and blow by franchising like it's standing still. Isogenics is the shooting star within that industry. Isogenics is growing at the rate of about 40% a year. Now think about that. The industry, 6%, Isogenics, 40%. Big difference? So we are a shooting star in an industry that's going to take over the world. It's going to be the *1 way to move goods and services to the end consumer. It makes sense. It will blow by franchising like it's standing still.
Nice.
Isogenics will be a multi-billion-dollar company. The industry will be a multi-trillion. We're in the wellness industry. It's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. We're in network marketing. It's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. We're in e-commerce. It's going to be the biggest thing in the history of the world. My 1,350,545 distributors, customers, associates, whatever you want to call them, in my business spend every week 6-7 million DV. That's 9 million wholesale volume weekly. I don't see or touch any product. I don't see or touch any money. The company takes the orders for the product on the internet. They send the product out. They collect the money. They take their piece of the pie and put my piece of the pie, like all of you, in your checking account every Tuesday. That's a beautiful thing. That's a real business. That's a real business. So as the company grows, you can't grow in a company that's not growing. You have to be in, if you want to grow, you have to be in a company that's growing. This company is growing faster, as fast as any company in the industry, probably in the top 1%. We're in it. We have the best products I've ever seen in the industry. We have the best compensation. I know for a fact, I prove that, the most lucrative compensation plan. How many people do you know have made as a family probably $60 million in 15 years? Not too many. In all the other companies out there. And I didn't do it 30 years ago. I did it the last 15 years, which should be encouraging to you. So you should look at me and say, if Jimmy the Butcher can do that, I can do that. I will do that. Nothing will stop me. That's what you should say. Nothing will stop you.
Now, Jimmy, another comment, and I love how you say it. When you're looking at a network marketing company, you know how you talk about products being consumable. Can you just talk about the fact of our company as far as with our products being consumable, visual? Can you share that piece? I know you've said it many times, but I think there's tremendous value in that.
Yeah, you have to, in network marketing, I learned a long time ago, you have to have a product with an emotional impact. Is weight loss emotional?
Yes.
Is it also visual? That's a double whammy. You have to have a product that has a daily spin-off. We have such a product. You have to have a product people will use whether they do the business or not. We have such a product. Up to now, hundreds of thousands of people have used our product to lose weight and feel great, and that's a beautiful thing. In the future, millions of people worldwide will use our products to lose weight and feel great with no intention of doing the business. A handful of us who understand what we're talking about tonight, who understand the geometric progression numbers, who take the time to learn this compensation plan, and get their head around it. You have to understand the comp plan. You can't make money if you don't understand the comp plan. That's a must. You got to. We'll make a fortune. We'll make a fortune. Now, think about this. There's a lot of different products out there. Our body consists of 50 trillion cells. Every day, 2 trillion cells die off. You have to replace those cells. Scientists tell us they know what our body needs to make a healthy cell. If you were to eat ding-dongs all day, you would have ding-dong cells, certainly. If you would eat greasy pizza all day, you have greasy pizza cells. If someone drinks our shake every day and takes our daily essential vitamins, you're giving your body everything it needs to make a healthy cell. If you keep the single cell in the body healthy, you keep the whole body healthy. You should not put anything in your mouth that you don't want to be part of your body. That's a fact. So for me, it has come down to such a fine refinement of what's necessary. All you do here is get rid of some of the junk food. Stop giving your children pretzels and chips and some junk food, and there's too much junk food. Start feeding them healthy. Start eating healthy. Get some exercise. You're going to lose weight. You're going to look great. You're going to feel great. And you're going to live longer and be healthy while you live longer. What is wrong with that? Who does, everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. You notice that? Everybody wants to go to heaven. People want to live as long as they can. And what our products does, it doesn't cure anything, mitigate anything. What our product does is give your body what your body needs to make a healthy cell, 2 trillion a day. And the day you get, you take our shake, you get 24 grams of protein. 2 a day is 48 grams. Isopro, 36 grams of protein. 2 isopros a day, 72 grams. Every male needs 70 grams of protein. Every woman needs 60. The day your body consists largely of protein. The day your body gets an undersupply of protein, it's aging with depressing speed. You must get enough protein every day. You need amino acids. Amino acids. From 26 letters of the alphabet, thousands of words are created. From 22 amino acids, thousands of proteins are created in your body. All 22 amino acids are in our shake. You need it every day. I rest my case.
Wow. Jimmy, I mean, your knowledge is so vast. I just want to say thank you. Andrew, I'm going to turn it over to you for a moment, sir. As the newest platinum in Isogenics, do you have any questions for Jimmy or thoughts that you'd like to share with your team members?
How do you follow that, Warren? I mean, Jimmy, you've absolutely been amazing on our call, and Like I said, for those who've never heard Jimmy talk, it's coming up to 10 p.m. for him on a Friday night. Here he is, so excited, so pumped up, at 89 years old. And if Jimmy can do it, we can do it, right? It's all there for us. And I think you've covered it all. I would love to talk to you for the next hour and a half still, but I'm sure you want to go to bed at some point. I think you've covered all the things that Warren and I had discussed so well and so gracefully and with such enthusiasm. So I thank you for that. I don't know if we had time for like one question, Jimmy, or from
Sure.
from the crowd.
It's early for me. I don't go to bed till 12 o'clock.
Yeah, Jimmy and I've done a lot of midnight three-ways. Trust me on that one.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, because you were 3 hours behind in Vancouver. So
Sure. Well, look, I'm happy to open it up for if anyone. There's one or two questions from everyone on. Mark, yeah.
Hey there, Jimmy. Mark here in Canada. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time with us all. And earlier in the piece, you said that you're just constantly connecting. Your radar's always on. What is your favorite place or way to connect with new people?
any place. If somebody smiles, is that your wife? If anybody smiles at me like you're smiling at me, they get a presentation. All they have to do is smile. And when I say hello, they answer me back. I got them. They're in my web. They got and every presentation is different. Every presentation is different. I let my light shine. I let people know, the life I have. I let people know. For me, Proverbs 3:27, do not withhold good from those who deserve it when it's in your power to act. For me to have what I have in my head and not to share it with other people, that would be ludicrous. Ludicrous. I must share, because when you work as hard as I did for as many years as I did and make as little as I did and raise 6 kids, and then you find this and you said, oh my God, oh, why didn't I have this like 40 years ago? You want to share that with people. You don't have to wait till you're 70 or 80. Do it when you're young. So I love talk. Listen, I waited on women for their meat for 40 years. And a guy said to me one time, you think that'd help you with network marketing? I said, yeah. You wait on women for their meat for 40 years. If you don't learn anything else, you learn patience. And you need patience in this business. 3 things will kill you in this business. Pride, impatience, and greed. Pride is, oh, why do I need Jimmy the Butcher to help me? I can do it by myself. Wrong. Impatience, the grass looks green, you jump from company to company. Oh, that looks better. Oh, that'll jump. I think I'll try that. Jump around. You can only chase one rabbit at a time. You try to chase 2 or 3, you lose out. And then greed. Pride, impatience, and greed. And greed is, you see a money game out there, you think it's faster, it's going to be easier, no product, just, sign people up. That's greed. Pride, impatience, greed. Those things will kill you. If you have 1, you're in trouble. 2, you're in deep trouble. If you have 3, pride, impatience, it spells pig, P-I-G, pride, impatience, greed. Spells fish. So you have to avoid pride, impatience, and greed. There's 3 things you want to. What does Warren do best? What does Warren do? He helps people. He's down there helping you. He's down there helping all of you, right? You'll be as successful in this business as you're willing to help other people. The more people you help succeed in this business, the more you succeed. The more people you help succeed. I knew when my 2 daughters each cycled 100 times each, I'd cycle 2. When they cycled 200 each, I'd cycle 4. You know what I mean? I knew when they were each making 1,000 a week, I'd be making 2. I knew when they were each making $1 million a year, I'd be making 2. And you have to know that. You have to know that the only way to succeed is to help other people succeed. This is one business. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by yourself. You have to help. You have to find the right people. People have to be coachable and teachable, willing, want it as much as you do with all their heart and soul. Then and then alone can you help them. Warren, when I met Warren, his back was against the wall. If not this, what? If not now, when? He knew that. I knew that. And he just did it with a passion. He just took off and did it. He dropped everything else he was doing, got rid of everything else, and just did it. He just did it. And that's what everybody has to do, just do it.
Now, Jimmy, let me just interject there. Mark, your question about where to sort of prospect or favorite place to prospect. And as you heard, Jimmy said everywhere. I mean, if someone smiles, he's talking. And that's a lesson that I think most of you heard at Celebration from Jackson Park. The reason Jackson's been so successful is he doesn't prejudge anyone. He shares isogenics with everyone. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, black or white, male or female. He just doesn't judge. He shares it with everyone. And as a result, he's attracting more people. And I think that's exactly also knowing Jimmy, and I've hung out with Jimmy, I've been privileged to. I mean, Jimmy's prepared to share it with everyone. Stop judging who you think may or may not do this, because what will happen is some of those people that you perceive as wealthy and they don't need the money, guess what? They're building with the passion. I mean, many of you on the line here, you're from Australia, you guys know Jimmy Williams, right? I mean, very successful in the franchising industry, doesn't need the money, yet he's building isogenics with a passion. Why? Because he looks at what's possible. He looks at Jimmy Smith. He's spoken with Jimmy Smith, and he's going, the upside of this business is huge financial income on a monthly basis, weekly basis. However, where the big distinction is he now has time freedom. In the franchise industry, Jimmy's dealing with a lot of young teenagers, right? I mean, if someone doesn't show up, traditionally, you have to show up. And so he doesn't have the time freedom. And that's what really appeals to him. But it was Brett Davis, had Brett Davis prejudged Jimmy Williams, he wouldn't know about isogenics today. So don't prejudge people. I mean, it could be a very costly mistake. Alan Hilsinger, if you know Jimmy Williams, Jimmy will say he should have signed up with Alan Hilsinger. During Alan's first month where he was dropping all this weight, they had 3 coffee meetings and Alan didn't say boo. Not one word, because guess what? In his mind, Jimmy wouldn't be interested. Had he just opened his mouth, Jimmy would have said yes to Alan. So learn from that experience, guys. And as Jimmy said, don't judge, share with everyone. So great question, Mark. Is there anyone else that has a question for Jimmy?
I didn't have a question specifically, but I did just want to say I've always got this traditional, got to get my last word in. But I wanted to say thank you. I think everyone's thankful that you're on, Jimmy, but you've got this quiet confidence and aura that just makes you so easy to listen to. And it's half the reason that many people aren't going as fast as others is, I think, because of belief. And then everything that you say is just so eloquent. It just fills me up with a lot more belief. Feel warm inside, and I'm really fired up at the moment. The last 2 months have been really, really good for me. But it's just hearing that the longevity that you've had. It's pretty empowering. So I just wanted to say I appreciate it. And for me personally, I truly appreciate your words, and I got a page full of really cool notes. So thank you.
Thank you. You know, another thing I want to say, persistence and determination are omnipotent, the strongest thing in the face of the earth. You have it, Warren, double in spades. But I've called, one guy I called for 42 times for 10 months before I got him. Another guy, 3 years. So sometimes you have to get 8, 10, 12, 15 no's from someone before you get a yes. If you get 15 no's, chances are they're not going to sign up. But remember, if you don't get 15 no's, you're not doing this business right. You got to, when someone says no to me, I spell no, K-N-O-W. I say, you don't know enough to say N-O to me. If you knew what I knew, you could not say no. And you have to get that in your DNA. If people knew what we know, if people knew what I did how I was able to make $55, $60 million the last 14 years. If they really knew that, if I could get them to understand that, they couldn't say no, do you think? How could you say no when somebody tells you that they made $55 or $60 million in 15 years just by talking to people? That's all I do, talk to people. That's not hard. It's not hard to talk to people. I find out 99 out of 100 people you've talked to them, they'll answer you. There's only 1 out of 100 might not answer you. It's easy to talk. Talking to people is the easiest thing you'll ever do. People like to talk to you. They don't like, they like people like friendly people. I know I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Angie, as certainly the better half of Jimmy, or pardon me, not Jimmy, Andrew. Sorry, buddy. But as the better half of Andrew, do you have any questions or comments for Jimmy?
I do. I have a question. Jimmy, I love how you talk about family and how it's the legacy and it's, your children and grandchildren and so on and so forth. I know that with myself personally and a lot of people that in this group, one of the biggest obstacles has been family. So I just wondered if you had any words of advice for, so I'm from a family of 6 and my mum and dad are on board with me, but that's it. Like my brother and sisters, it's like, don't come near me sort of thing. So I just wondered if, and I know others are experiencing that, so I wondered if you had some thoughts on that.
Oh, I have some thoughts on that. Oh, do I have some thoughts on that? You want your family to join you? You really do? You know what you have to do? Make a lot of money. And they come out of the woodwork. Now, when I first got in, nobody wanted anything to do with it. Nobody. Not one of my kids. Nobody. Well, when the money started coming in, their eyes started to light up. And the more money come in, now they're all in. They're all interested. Grandkids, kids, people that wouldn't even talk to me about it, they're in. And they're loving it. And they're enjoying the product. And it's been my dream to build the hugest dynasty in the history of network marketing. I won't be happy till my 28 grandchildren are all platinum. And long after I'm gone, my 30 great-grandkids, I hope they'll get platinum too. I want a family of all platinums. A whole family of platinums. That's my game plan. It's a 100-year game plan. It really is. It's a 100-year game plan. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Can I be in your family too, Jimmy?
Yeah, you have to get in line. There's about 1,000 pretty girls.
Thank you so much for today, man.
Well, guys, again, I just want to, Andrew and Angie, huge congratulations on going platinum. Your inspiration, as I said, to the team and to all of Isogenics, especially the distributors down here in Australia. The fact that you're the first one to go platinum in almost 3 years. Thank you for, making the sacrifice, because I know there was a lot of hard work and being persistent and consistent and putting off some of those fun times, right? You traveled, you did what it took to achieve the goal, and you're leading by example. So again, just massive congratulations to you guys. Jimmy, again, my dear friend, thank you so much for being willing to support Andrew and Angie and going platinum, because I don't think unless you agreed to come on the Zoom call, all of these individuals wouldn't have been enrolling people with President's Packs, which pushed Andrew over the top and Angie over the top. So all of you on the line, thank you so much for getting into action and during that 3-day period and truly making a difference, because without you, they can't achieve the success that they have achieved. And I can tell you from spending prior week with them, what's most important to them now is for those of you that want it bad. I mean, we're talking really bad and you're prepared to do whatever it takes. They're looking forward to linking arms with you and helping you guys go. Those of you that are 1-star, moving you up to 2 and 3-star. And those of you that are 3-star, moving you up to 5 and 6-star. And those that are at 5, guess what? We're going to move you up to platinum. And they're committed to making a difference in your life because you've made a huge difference in their life. and they're so incredibly grateful. So Jimmy, you know what? We might run another contest, my friend. You never know when it might happen. And we may do a big push, and we may have to twist your arm to join us again, if that's all right.
And
Absolutely.
and just thank you to Warren for organising all of this, and for reaching out to Jimmy. And it's a real privilege to be in such a small group with the amazing Jimmy Smith. And you know, Jimmy, I always tell people that Jono's my husband, but you're my boyfriend.
I like that.
I bet you do.
Just because there's snow in the roof, that doesn't mean there's not a fire in the fireplace.
I guess that was Jimmy's final comment for today.
I guess that's my final word, yeah.
Okay, everyone. Have an absolute blessed week. Andrew and Angie, Seth, those of you taking off to Thailand for that wedding, have a ton of fun there. And guys, we'll see you, I imagine, Tuesday evening when you get back home, or Monday evening. So with that, everyone, have a spectacular week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right. Congratulations, guys. See you all at the top.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Night.